Alright. This is the Gridania playthrough, part 3. Or, yeah, part 3. Oh, look what we have here. O mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stillness soul, that it may wake to life. Strong enough to withstand this. Been sorely tested. That the golem can be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer. Damnation! He has eluded us yet again. Oh, fancy meeting you here. How are things? Whatever are you? More birds. How many? This makes how many times today? 7? Their movements are beyond our fathoming. Do you think maybe they're trying to summon the primal? I hope not, for all of our sakes. Yet we must be prepared for the worst. Withered. Same fate has befallen Emerald Moss. It is as we feared. Dalamud's anomaly is affecting the life in all, in the 12s. You mean the disturbance in the etheric flow? The very same. The Garleans have a lot to answer for. The imbalance they have created is plunging the land into chaos, just as Louis Soa forewarned. It's no wonder the primals have started appearing. Time is against us, but there is still hope for the land. We must hold fast to that hope and fight to the very last. Agreed. Stupid things. These stupid things happen to be the very latest in Charlian innovation. Show some respect. But they're so uncomfortable and ugly. If you ask me, they're an improvement over that mask of yours. Oof. Hard to believe it's already been 5 whole years, isn't it? Already? 5 years is but a heartbeat in the life of the planet. Oh wow, they actually used planet instead of star. Interesting. I suppose you're right. Now that I think about it, the 12's wood is barely recovered at all, and Gridanians still have the same old problems. I, along with some new ones. Just in case the Ixal and Garuda weren't troublesome enough, the Sylphs had to go invite Ramu, didn't they? Do you ever think about those adventurers who fought alongside us? I do. And then 5 years seems like ages. I wonder what became of them. Ida, look. Golly! And what is it exactly? Yet another etheric disturbance of the ether and freshly manifested at that. Seems to be emanating from Lifeman's stump. We must hurry. Couple takeaways from that. So we're going to do a quick recap at the end of 1.0 from their perspective. Getting caught up to where we are now, essentially. And interestingly enough, Papalymo refers to the planet as a planet instead of as a star, which will be the norm from later on. Are you alright? Your eyes glazed over for a while there. The good news is that the hero is unharmed. Somewhat dazed, yes, but the whole of mind and body. The bad news concerns everything else. Lest you forget, the 12's wood is the domain of the elementals. It is by their leave that man abides in the forest and avails himself of his bounty. The ground which the dungeon occupies is no different. Having no more use for the dungeon, the Gridani sent a hero to offer the place back to the elementals by way of the right of returning. It is essentially an expression of gratitude. Check here. Alas, he failed to complete the ritual for obvious reasons. While the poor soul cannot be blamed for this, the fact remains that unless the elementals are given their due, they may well consider it a slight. And the very last thing the Gridanians can afford to do in this uncertain times is risk alienating the 12s with eternal guardians. But you have done more than done your part. We shall see the hero to safety and send it for his peers to finish the rite. In the meantime, please make your way outside and report to Alston. Ah, but where are my manners? I am Papalymo, and this tactless woman beside me here is Ida. Papalymo and I are surveying the 12's wood together. Pleased to meet you. Ida, give me a hand, would you? Wait, there's something familiar about you. Could it be that you are... No, never mind. Doubtless my eyes are playing tricks. Till we meet again. Ooh, he recognizes. Let's run into these real quick. I don't want to deal with them. Okay, good. And check what it says here. And I will be right back. I will stitch these together later. Okay. All this happened inside Spirithold? 12 preserve us. Who was the masked mage, and by what dark ambition is he driven? So many things shrouded in mystery. Well, I shan't find any answers on my own. I must needs discuss this with Galford. The matter warrants for investigation, if I am any judge, and that shall certainly be my recommendation. Your courage has saved many lives this day, adventurer. For this you have my deepest gratitude. Pray return to Gridania and seek out Mion. I understand she wishes to thank you for your efforts on our behalf. Greetings, Saintia. Each time we meet, the part of the conjurer befits you ever better. In your previous lesson, you learned about the element of earth. It is my desire that you next become acquainted with the wind. Travel to full flower comb in the East Shroud and seek the teachings of Hero Wolfew. Though scant few years have passed since the coming of age, Wolfew is a conjurer with consummate skills who is able to divine the will of air elementals with uncommon clarity. I can recommend no better tutor for your lessons in the mysteries of wind. Welcome back, Saidya. Later Billard tells me that the hero and his party owe you their lives. A tale for the tavern if there ever was one. It's a shame that I must ask you not to tell it, for the time being at least. Do I make myself clear? Until the heroes have made their will of the matter known, it would be best to avoid unsettling people with stories of walking statues. Now then, you must at least have suitable recompense for your valiant service. For the first half of your reward, I give you leave to make use of the accommodations here at the guild. Arrangements have been made, so all you need to do is speak with Antoine, and whenever you crave the comfort of a firm bed and a soft pillow. For the second half of your reward, I offer you another path to fame and fortune: guild leaves. Guild leaves are record for the various requests received from the citizenry. They outline all manner of tasks which ambitious young adventurers like you can elect to undertake. Contra is our guild leave official, or lead mate, here at the Caroline Academy. I've spoken with him regarding your knack of solving challenging problems, and he's eager to make your acquaintance. By the way, have you perchance heard about the coming festival? It is truly a splendid occasion, looked forward to by young and old alike. I would hardly recommend that you take the time to enjoy. Don't be too disappointed if the recent troubles cast a shadow over the proceedings, however. I fear nothing short of the mysterious interloper's apprehension can prevent that. But we are talking about you, Saintia. You have made Mother proud. I expect great things for you, young lady. my favorite fresh-faced adventure. Oh, do not scowl so, I speak out of habit. You've come so long way since you first walked through my door, and I will not deny it. As a matter of fact, I think it's about time you made yourself useful at the Bent Branch Meadows and the I think it's about time you made yourself useful at the Bent Branch Meadows in the Central Shroud. Unlike the recruits you seek at the Bannock, the men and women at Bent Branch are fully occupied with their own work. As such, I imagine there are more than a few who would welcome the assistance of a rapidly maturing adventurer like yourself. Bent Branch is also home to a very usefully situated netherite. It is, in other words, a perfect place for you to go begin your next stage of your journey as an adventurer. And what better time than the present? Leave the city via the Blue Badger Gate and continue southwest until you come to a bridge. Cross it, and when you spy a netherite in the distance, you may congratulate yourself on having successfully found Bent Branch Meadows. If you so fancy, you may also make use of the Chocobo port of a service. Doubtless the safest way to get to your destination. Chocobo Keep Singar should not hesitate to lend his beard to a capable adventurer like you. Oh, and be sure to introduce yourself to Keitha, the head Chocobo Wrangler, when you arrive. The Marine has told me much of your endeavors, Saintia. Have you considered attempting one of the guild leaves available here at the Adventurers Guild? Guild leaves are the means by which we document requests for assistance from the citizenry, prior to assigning them to adventurers possessed of the necessary skills. From battlecraft leaves that require the extermination of monsters to tradecraft leaves that ask for creation of goods to the task we term leave quests are many and varied in nature. Should your interest be piqued, I suggest you make your way to Bent Branch Meadows and speak with Tyranny. She will happily set your feet on the path of completing your first leave quest. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you not an adventurer? I've seen you running to and fro, facing grim determination as the adventurers are wont to do. It's my presumption. If so, I have information that might interest you. Rumor has it that plots within the lavender beds are to be auctioned off. What's more, bidders need not even be Gridanian. A new adventurer watering minstrel could, with sufficient funds, purchase lands and build their own home. Considering how discerning the elementals tend to be about who can and cannot reside within the 12 wood, it's rather surprising, if not hard to believe. But if there's truth to these rumors, well, who hasn't dreamed of owning their own forest cottage? You know, should your travels take you to the Mirror Peaks, the ferry to the Lavender Beds is, perhaps you'll find a twin added representative who can tell you more. I would be shocked if they weren't involved in such a monumental change of policy. Greetings, traveler. My name is Tierney, and I'm in charge of assigning local leaves quest here at Bent Branch Meadows. Goltara convinced you to seek me out, did he? Then I shall assume you have a basic understanding of what accepting guild leave might entail. But first things first, I must be certain that your skills are matched for your enthusiasm. Adventurers Guild will not approve me sending a fledgling hero to her death for dishonor for want of the requisite capabilities. Take a moment to peruse the task outlined in this guild leave. Do you believe yourself up to the challenge? I'm glad to hear it. Pray be aware, however, that the Anoles are wont to flee the broodmates when they sense they are overmatched. It would be wise to prevent such a reunion lest the battle be drawn out past the limits of endurance. Oh, where's it at? Oh, there, okay. You must be the adventurer Muyun told more about. I'm Keitha, head wrangler around these parts. I've heard many and more things about you. Good things, lest you worry. When the elder Sir bade us welcome adventurers, it is fair to say we had our doubts, till a hard-working folk like yourself set about proving us wrong. That is, consider me a convert. Any road, if you've a mind to help out at the ranch, have you? Good. Could always do with a hand or two to keep the pace running smoothly. As a matter of fact, I have a task right here that wants doing. Let me know when you're ready to get busy. Oh, and you come highly recommended, so don't go letting no one down, eh? Ooh, I can raise the dead. Yes. What did I want? This. Seven hells! Some bastard quirker has gone and broken one of me chocobo eggs. The little thief was busy in the barn and when the guards startled it, prompting the damn thing to drop the egg. It was clutch and run. Some lads gave chase, bless them, but when 3 more of the vermin appeared, me lot and I had no choice but to turn back. Something has done about this quirker. Would you mind handing over to the matron's lead and having a word with a soldier named Rosaline for me? The ratman nest in the neck of the woods. See, she'll know what to do. Let's take care of the lead lists. Teleport me right back to You're on Keitha's behalf. I see. Broke one of their eggs, you say? And there were 4 of the creatures. Quicker and our nuisance at best of times, but we now must trespass and add trespass and chocobo murder to the list of transgressions. At first our hand. Retribution must needs be swift and decisive. And who better than you to deliver it, adventurer? Find the lair west of here and make an example of exactly 4 quicker scramblers. We can send no clearer message. Well, that's rather harsh. deed is done. Good. Grim task, but a necessary one. You have shown them the folly of inciting the wrath of those who consort with adventurers. Perhaps now the quicker will think twice before giving in to the lascivious proclivities. Can't say I like that quest all that much. Oh there, Adventure. Oh there, Adventure. You seem light on your feet. Fancy a quick skip along the route of the Heaven Spiller here? I need someone to pick off a blue trumpet or two. I know what you're thinking. It's not more than a mushroom, so why the commotion? Tell you why. You allow that fungal menace to multiply, and within a moon they'll be covering the whole damn route and rotting the wood clear through. Just watch your step way up there, though. The dynamites on the ground won't waste any time adding insult to falling injuries. Once you're done, head up to the top end of the route and report to Theodore. He'll be glad to hear someone's taking care of one of his more dreaded tours. Now, of course, there's a fake going on here. Whoops! That was brilliant. Done that quest twice, and first time I've ever fallen before. Brilliant. Why is there a fate going on right now? I was gonna say. Oh, you've cleared the route of blue trumpets. Wonderful. To be quite honest, I have this teeny tiny problem with heights. No, this is not my ideal posting, but we all do when we must. Keeping the route as passable is an important job. You see, it's one of the few ways folk can traverse the central shroud since the calamity all but split the area in twain. It is not perhaps the easiest pathway to walk, but there are those who will believe the will of the matron herself caused the tendril of Heaven Spiller to remain thus suspended, that it might serve the forest people. I'm rather fond of the notion myself. It is regrettably my duty to stand watch over the road from here to Bent Branch Meadows. The ranch has become a veritable institution of Gridania, so any threats to its continued operation are taken quite seriously by the woodweavers. Which reminds me, perhaps, of my imagination, but I believe I caught a glimpse of some shadowy fellow not too long ago. Would you mind passing the word to Rosalind down below? I'll go myself, but, well, it's hard enough marshalling the courage to walk the route for my shift. A shadowy fellow. Now that you mention it, I may have seen something. Just misses the trick of the light before, but I thought I saw a shadow in the forest to the north. It's Still, I suspected nothing more than a quirk and thief on the run. You must state your curiosity. By all means, investigate. Should you actually find something of note, I would very much like to see it. Have you found something? Remnants of a campfire in a forgotten bag. This could belong to any adventurer or traveler, and we have inside a chocobo grooming brush and roseling oil. But wait, why would a traveler make camp here when it would be far simpler to beg the hospitality of Bent Branch Meadows? Bugger me, I think this belongs to that stranger said to be meddling with the chocobos. I think you adventurer, we have been lax in our duties, but no longer. I swear we will find the shadow. Cannot allow other sentries to dismiss similar sightings. They must know what we have learned. To that end, I prepared this letter containing everything we know about our mysterious stranger. Need you to show it to my comrades throughout the shroud. Once each sentry has been committed their details to memory, have them write their name at the bottom for confirmation. Start with Elmar at the Bannock, then find Bernard at the eastern gates of the Bent Branch Meadows. They ought to relay the information to the others. Finally, make sure Elgar sees the letter. He stands watch within the stables, so if a stranger's aim is to harm the chocobos, Elgar may have to personally put an end to it. Pat. Her hair's clipping through the shield. You don't look like you're here for training. Shadowy figure. Understood. I'll pass word on to the recruits as well as the sentries. Let me make my mark. There, that should do. Follow the road south, you'll find Benner by the bridge to Bent Branch. Godspeed, adventurer. Have business with me, adventurer. Rosaline is right to be cautious. For the stranger to venture so close, to go to such great lengths to remain undetected is highly suspicious. They clearly have designs on Bent Branch. You can appreciate the help. Should write my name here, yes? And here, take it. Find Elgar at the stables past the Etherite. Your first foray into the world of Leaf Quest appears to have been a success, and here's the reward for your efforts. That's useful, I guess. Now that this little trial is behind us, I have no further qualms about assigning new tasks around vampires matters. There leave us a plenty for our hardworking adventurers such as yourself, and a deal of fame and fortune to be won in the doing. Should be interested in a challenging, quite unlike your average leaf quest, you might consider joining a guild heist. If you wish to know more, speak with Battle Warden Rebuild outside your yonder tent. I will inform him of your success against the animals, so there will be no doubts as to your abilities. I was told Starwood Adventure would be along shortly. Take it that's you. Permit me to tell you of all of our current operations. Wait, might this be the first time participating in a guild test? I remember my first test. It was the night of my 20th name day. My fellow guildmates invited me to join them in slaying a family of priests who were stealing chocobo eggs from Bench Meadows. When we arrived, one of the chocobo beasts immediately turned to me in charge. The thing was thrice my size and had already maimed several chocobos. There was no way I could win, so I simply froze and waited for the end. But that's when I remembered I was not alone. My friends rallied around me, and together we defeated the beasts. That, my friend, is what a guild test is truly about. What say you, friend? Care to express for yourself? Mind the birds, adventurers. Mind the birds, adventurer. They get nervous around strangers. What's this? Shadowy stranger near Matron's Leaf. I've already shown this to Bernard and Elmar. I see. Good, good. Then all that's left is to inform the staff here. Now everyone here is a wood whaler troop, but even our steel boys wouldn't hesitate to take up arms to defend these chocobos. Quite the compassionate adventure, by the sound of it. Well, far be it from me to look a gift chocobo in the mouth. I only have need of a capable woman like yourself. We received a peddler at the gates the other day, an excitable lateral fellow that was sweating and swearing that he had been attacked by large winged beasts. Yet, other than hornets, I know of no flying creatures in this region. If there's any truth to what he said, he might prove problematic for the other travelers. Follow the road south and see if you can find any evidence to support his claim. And should you find something, kindly tell Lothair to patrol this area sometime instead of just standing beneath the spire and staring at the goddamn road. In those words. North Shroud, East Shroud, okay. Two? And they're defending a nest. Well, perhaps we could omit that last detail from any official reports. I would rather not give Elgar any further reason crossing across. Thank you for slaying the beast. May rest assured I will not permit this to happen again. I have another task for you, adventurer. I need you to head to the hedge tree to the southwest of here and speak with hero Leone. Pretending the hedge tree, the hero was scheduled to board a boat for the mare planks. Well, the vessel's departure time has come and gone, but there's still no sign of her. Knowing how absorbed the hero becomes in her work, I'm not unduly concerned. Armel, however, was responsible for organizing Leonie's transportation and is likely wondering if her wayward passenger is ever going to arrive. Perhaps a gentle reminder is in order. Well. Actually, I do want to go that way. That way, yeah. Yes, what trouble is in my yes. The boat. I had quite forgotten. Oh, my task with the hedge tree is well and finished. The elementals murmur a malevolent presence within the vicinity of Tam Tara Deepcroft. Must abide a while longer that I might better divine the source of the elemental's distress. Please inform Amel I shall be late in arriving. There we go. I think that's some minor foreshadowing. Because Tam Tara Deepcroft is the second dungeon that these characters will be going through. Speaking of dungeons, I will only be running them, showing them on screen once. That will be with the first character, Amkip. Subsequent playthroughs, I will just cut through and just do the quest content after the fact. Alright, let's take care of this, then we'll take care of the MSQ. Good morrow to you, miss. What can I... Ah, you wish to know about the auctions. Very well, let me explain. There's a growing concern that our immigration policies may have been a tad restrictive in the past. And so the Sincere Council and the Order of the Adventurers possess the necessary funds to purchase and maintain their estates, that is. You look around the beds with your own eyes, so I think you'll agree as well with the price. I'd have a word and sit with the skipper over yonder. She'll carry you across. The recruit station at the pier can tell you more about the beds once you arrive. Pier is bound for the lavender beds. You can be coming with us. That one there, yes. maybe some exceptions for my dungeon thing. I think Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda might be one of those, just because it's so quick. Yeah, so the trials might do right off the bat. But the dungeons... I wonder if I'm going to do Castrum and Meridian and Predatorium on screen. I'll cross the bridge when I get there. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Lavender Beds. Oh, you come at behests of a Gridania woman. I should inform you that these spots are reserved for adventurers. Your friend will not be able to permit it to take part of the auctions. You, on the other hand, will be more than welcome to participate. Should you have the mind to purchase a plot for yourself, pray speak with the resident caretaker. He can guide you through the process. I am, not entirely certain it's worth doing these quests. I mean, no, allowing these quests to, at such a low level when you have to be level 50 and what is it? Oh, I don't have a Grand Company yet. And second lieutenant, I think it is, lieutenant with a Grand Company. This favor can either take you back to another world or back to the Central Shadow. Are you coming aboard? Okay, now back to the MSQ. You bear a message from Hira Leone. An evil presence in Deepcroft. It doesn't sound grave indeed. I shall organize a festival for another time then. Perhaps a bell for now? 2? Better make it through just to be safe. Thank you for your trouble. Mention assisted me with another matter, milady. Wagon departed from Quarryville was overturned on the road when it left, when some large October forest beast chose that moment to defend his territory. By Nofika's grace, the driver escaped without serious injury, but the wagon's cargo was not so fortunate. With none willing to risk another encounter with the creature, I can only assume that the goods remain strewn across the ground where the incident occurred. Simply follow the road here to the south and you should come across the wreckage. Salvage the cargo you can and deliver to Keitha at Brentfresh Meadows if you can be so kind. Nothing like a giant amphibian to make it dare go bad. Oh, I can just go bad faster. Good to see you again, friend. Did you learn anything about the Lavender Beds? Oh, adventures only. Is that so? Well, these are trying times, and it's more important than ever for Gridania to attract capable individuals like yourself. I am sure one day my dreams will come to fruition. One day I'll have my own cottage and stables filled with my beloved chocobos. Delivery for me. Ah, this is a shipment I was waiting on from Carry Mill. I read the wagon where I found some great monstrosity just up the path from the mirror planks. I see you managed to scrape it together a few bits and pieces. Seems I can't get through 2 bells these days without hearing some new tale of horrors from the Deepcroft or bandit cutthroats prowling the woods hereabouts. Makes me wonder if me chocobos are safe at night. It does. If ever in need for adventurous skills, I hope you'll be around to lend a hand. No! Oh, please, God, no! Oh, please, gods, no! Leia's egg. Cynthia, you must help me. I stepped out of the stables but for a moment, and when I was returned, it was gone! What was gone? An egg? Sorry? Surely, you sure the cocos will lay another? God! You don't understand, the egg is extremely valuable! I must find it! Oh, neat. You'll help me, won't you, Cynthia? Oh, thank you! Someone must be made off with it. There can be no other explanation. I shall scour every illman in the stable and once more just to be sure. While I do so, you'll be very grateful if you would ask the others if they've noticed anything unusual. Seen anyone acting suspicious? Most certainly did, lass. Man, it was, running off towards the Tam Tara Deepcroft. Say an egg was took? I'd say there was your curve. But why would anyone pitch a choke egg? The popular learning is damn near impossible to get one in a hatch. Chocobo egg has gone missing. Well, let me think. Now that you mention it, the chocobos were making quite a racket earlier. So much so that, in fact, I ran over to check on them, almost flattening a passing peddler in my haste. I didn't find anything out of the ordinary, though. Can I describe it better? Oh, he was an Ellison fellow. Didn't recognize his face. Seemed awfully twitchy. Oh, God, you don't think he... Why the hell didn't I accost him? Have you seen odd characters about? Aside from yourself, I mean? Not that I recall. Did see someone calling the birds, but only from a distance. I assumed it was a Lucolo. If you say he was away from the stables at the time, then who was it with his chocobos? There can be no mistake then. The egg was indeed stolen. And from what you have told me, this is no simple robbery. The culprit should take only Leia's egg and disregard all the rest tells me we're dealing with someone well versed in chocobo breeding. I'm sorry to say the individual in question was like to be a citizen of my native Ishgard. Leia, you see, is the bloodline of Oronos, one of the greatest birds ever to grace an Ishgardian stable. Many an egg in my homeland would give his right arm to possess one of Leia's eggs. Gods, should have foreseen this. We must give chase at once. Hold your chocobos, Locolo. If this egg thief is from Ishgard, like you say, why do you go running off towards the Tam Tara Deepcroft? Let's look at my mental map upside down. That's the opposite direction. Well, yes, but you may seek to lay a false veil or, The why of it's not important. Leia's egg's all that matters. If Venture beg you, let the scoundrel down and take back what he stole. Well, at least he ain't planning on chasing after him yourself, wherever he's from. We may work wonders for with our birds, Cynthia, but the acts of dare and do ain't exactly our field. If you don't mind, we'll leave that end to the things to you. With luck, you may catch the thief on the road to the Tam Tara Deepcroft, but do be careful. You cannot be certain he's working alone in this. Ooh, Ishgard gets name dropped already. Nice. That's one thing I did not remember at all. Oh look, there's a Moogle. A Moogle. Okay. Alright, and that's the end of this part. I think it's part 3 of Gridania. I would not mind living in the Black Shroud. That would be very nice and relaxing. Mostly.